This conference will now be recorded.
Welcome at another episode of Strategy for a Better Life, and I really welcome Dr. Ranim Kahlil from Egypt, living also in Turkey. Really welcome in my show, and I'm looking forward to let you talk to my listeners about that lady leadership and everything you have to tell us about leadership. Is it especially for women you do, or are also men welcome?
Yeah, so thank you, Betty, for hosting me. It's wonderful being here. And yes, it's for everybody, but I focus mainly on women because usually women above the age of 30, they realize that, oh, I want to start something new. Like maybe I've had kids already, maybe I've been married, or like I need to move to a different chapter in my life. So yeah, this is what most women need. They need that push to move forward.
That's great because when women have children or really think about life, I think that's is that especially. I think that's sometimes especially for women. It's a game changer. Sometimes a certain age.
That is so true. At a certain age, women realize that maybe their kids now, they go to school, they have their own friends, they don't rely on her that much anymore. They don't share as much secrets with her. So she suddenly realizes, oh, my life is not the same as when I had them at first, because now they don't really need me as much. And they want to start something for themselves. They want to focus on more education, more work, business, something like that.
That's great. And I written you coach more women in about 43 countries. So that's amazing. You're a worldwide brand. Tell me about that. How did you accomplish that? What's your story?
Yeah, so basically, I'm originally a pharmacist, and I still do some part of that as a public health consultant for the COVID as well. A lot of people nowadays are suffering from that, so it's important to have that impact on people whenever needed. But for the business part, I started that 7 years ago. I started with corporate trainings at first, but then I suddenly realized that I need to move that online to reach more people instead of just locally, to help others get to a better population of people, different mindsets, and learn more even from people around the world. And so I started doing webinars and hosting shows online. I I have a guide that I teach online like bi-weekly now everywhere. I get around 300 people a week to teach, and that's like I think this is a little bit overwhelming even for myself now that I think about it. But when you're doing it, it's much easier than that.
You made one first step by your decision. What was your um, what did you want from your heart to do this?
So basically, every decision I make in my life depends on, or the core of it is helping people. So if whatever I'm doing has that part in it, it works well because it serves the purpose of what I'm trying to do. So it satisfies me and it helps others. So it's a win-win situation, right?
Yeah, and I think you love what you do.
Yes, definitely, I do.
When I see your eyes sparkling and teaching to 300, it's amazing. I really respect you. And I saw something about firing clients. Who did
Yes.
you fire or why?
Okay, so that was basically based on an advice that our coach actually gave us. Because, coaches usually have coaches, right? Like, you
Yeah.
cannot do it on your own. And if you do, you will reach a plateau where you just stall for a little bit until somebody else gives you the help, right? So, yeah, we all have coaches. So, my coach was telling us that it's okay to fire clients and it's okay to find the clients that fit your target and your aim and your purpose. So, because there are a lot of people that would like to just jump upon an opportunity. If you're, for example, like I was doing, I was advertising a free coaching for $10,000. So that's like a 1 quarter, like 3 month. Yes, 3 months of free coaching that's worth $10,000 for free for just people to help people. I just needed two people. And then one person who was an acquaintance started to jump on the opportunity, and I was okay with it. But when I started giving them the guidelines and that they have to book a call, have to go through the process, they were not really happy about that. They wanted it to be, the sans façon thing, like it's easy to just tell me here, you don't have to go through the formalities and everything. And what I meant by that post is that if you don't really respect your business enough, people are not going to respect you as a coach or as whatever you're doing. It just stops there, right?
Definitely. What did it take for you to do that? Did you need courage, or did you felt it immediately? Because I see a lot of women and I speak to them, they want to make changes, and then sometimes it's sometimes so hard for them and also lonely. So I'm really glad you give those courses, because we have to make decisions sometimes really alone. And that's, I say a lot together, but also a coach is so important. Um, can you relate to the loneliness in those decisions?
Yes, of course. I mean, like, we've all been through it at some point. Like, even if you don't have a coach, or if you have a coach, you still have to make your own decisions. And at some point, you feel like, oh my God, I have to make this decision about something important or someone important or something that has to do with my business that I'm not sure if this is the right decision or not, right? But then again, you have to do it at some point. It just needs strength, it needs power, and it needs you to believe in the mission and the vision of your business so that you can actually, so when you have that in front of you, it guides your path. It makes it easier to move forward with it.
Yes, yes, I totally agree. It's sometimes so scary, and then I'm feeling I'm on the right path. It scares me, so it's okay.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's part of the fun, right?
And for me, yes, it is definitely, definitely. Um, so helping people from pharmacy to coaching to getting the best out of their business, is there a special business, or it doesn't matter what kind of business the women have, they consult you? Um, or is it in healthcare?
So basically, I don't do the business in healthcare, but I focus on any new startups. Like if you have that amazing idea and you want to put it into action, or you have that passion about something and you want to start a business with it, I help women do that. And again, I know that a lot of problems lie in the monetary part where, the funds and the capital that you have to start, right? So this is what I focus on. I focus on building businesses or scaling up and kickstarting businesses from scratch using very little money. That
Okay.
includes marketing and branding and everything.
So the women, they really can start up, and they can be coached by you. Especially, I know that because when I went to the bank, they didn't give me any money, not even 500 guilders at that time. I had just to start on my own in my bedroom long time ago, but I felt so lonely. Are you still there? Yeah. Oh, my camera.
I'm here. Yeah, I'm
So
here. Can you see me?
can you say it's a micro, you need a little bit money, but then you can grow?
Yes, exactly. And I currently have a client in Dubai who just started like a quarter ago, which is like 3 months ago exactly. Like 3 months ago exactly. Today is the 29th. They started on the 28th of March. And they had no money to start. They just had the idea. They needed the push. They didn't know how to do the market research, but there are ways that you can do that for free or for very little money. And if you have a coach that knows how to go through those tips and tricks and the shortcuts of things, they are now working 2 hours a week and generating from $1,000 to $2,000 per every time they go out to like uh, post about whatever they're doing. So yeah, you can do it. I mean, it doesn't need money. They kickstarted in a matter of a week.
Amazing. That's really, really important. So you have great impact on those women's life.
Yes, exactly. And it's good for them as well because, you know, we all have dreams. We want to make them come true, right? But the most things, the obstacles that life puts in front of us or what society usually tends to dictate upon us is that you cannot go forward unless you have that amount of money, unless you have that website, unless you have this and that. And that's not actually true.
What is the most important message to our listeners about this? Because I think or we have been there, or we know people, or we are there. What is really, because this is really a game changer that you don't need the things you think you need. Can you tell a little bit about your secrets?
So the secret is mindset change. So if you have that mindset change where you move from the uncertainty into the certainty that this is going to happen, like you have to believe in what you're doing. You have to believe that it's going to happen and it's going to work because otherwise it's not going to.
You're so true. I I write, of course, my members letters, and my letter of this week is the hero in you. You need to be congruent, even it's not realistic yet. It's a reality already in yourself, and that's really
Yes.
important. Yes. Um, Let me see. The Corona crisis, did that bring you something positive?
Yes, I think out of a lot of people, I actually gained a lot out of that situation. I know it means a lot of terrible things when you bring out the word COVID-19, right? If you just say it, a lot of people get this sadness back, you know, or if they've lost someone or something like that, or maybe they've been through the illness themselves and they suffered, right? But to me, I actually caught the coronavirus back in January 2020. So that was like a year ago when it was starting already. And at that time, I didn't know that this was it until later on. It was difficult and everything, but that moment brought me back to enlightenment. I understood that there is more to life than what you just have right now. You can give more, you can help people more, you have to find your purpose, right? Like if you're doing something that you hate or you're holding on to that job that you don't like or tolerating that attitude from your boss, why should you do that? Like if you got something like that and you die tomorrow, what's going to help you? Like this is not going to help you, right? You're going to feel that you've wasted your time, you've wasted your life on something that you don't like, and people using you while you could have actually done something better, something that you've loved. And this is what actually made me push forward more into helping others with that.
So that is really a game changer.
Yes, exactly.
Thought so. Yes, I, from my background, I'm a homeopath, and also from that point of view, COVID is so important to connect with yourself, with your deepest mission, and if you know why you want to do it, then I think you find coaches like you to tell you how and to connect with other women in a network, so you feel not alone, because that's also really important.
Yes, that is so true.
I think so. What is your next step? You have a coach,
So,
so and you
yeah,
are his
so
client. What's your next step?
hopefully I had a goal of like by the end of this year I would have trained at least 5,000 people. So hopefully, yeah. So hopefully that actually works out the right way because you know nowadays people are getting back into their normal lives somehow. Not enough people are online anymore. So or as much if we could say that. But yeah, hopefully that I reach that and I help more people around the world more often.
So, if my listeners want to reach out to you or want to follow your course, um, what can they do to reach you?
So they can actually look me up on LinkedIn under Ranim Kahlil or on they follow my Facebook page, which is official that lady leadership. And then I have an ongoing challenge next week. It's a free challenge for people to regain control and, get that confidence back that they lost during the Corona situation. It's going to change a lot of people's lives, and I'm just recently advertising it. So they can join that challenge. It's free. I'm not going to charge people anything, and it's not a pitching thing. So yeah, it's just I'm doing this for people, and I know it's difficult nowadays. Still, in some parts of the world, there's still lockdown. A lot of people are still fearful of their lives. So yes.
So everybody is invited to follow you on LinkedIn or Facebook, Ranim Kahlil, and especially next week. So I put this interview as soon as possible on the Millionaire Flix, and I will also announce that on the Facebook. Um, and I think it's a great opportunity for men and women, and especially who really want to make the change in their life after perhaps a difficult period like this period was, and sometimes, as you say, an enlightening period to feel really what you want, because that's what it's all about. Then you feel the courage to open up yourself and to show the world your talents.
Yes, that's so true, Busy. Yes.
Okay, so I wish you all the luck, and I hope a lot of women will find you. I thank you very much, and on also with my listeners, I wish you all the luck and the prosperity in your life and your working life. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Betty. Thank you for having me here, and thanks for everybody who's listening too.